All right. So, I did the review for some of some of the maps on this series yesterday, but it fucked up. So I'm doing it again. Um, but I haven't seen this map. I do believe Seoul on this map. Yes, this is a dominant Seoul map. So they're down. It's 2-1 Dragons right now, and this is the only time Dorado was played in the entire tournament. So, uh, yeah, Seoul came in here with a plan, and Dragons are looking to close out the series here, but it does not happen. Spoiler alert. So they all start out. All six of them start out high ground. They rotate. Shanghai are sending. Yeah. So the groupings here. I'll point that out. The duos, the Mercy and the Hanzo are sticking together, looking to go behind for the flanks. So in order for Shanghai to, because this choke is notoriously painful to crack, so they are going to have to send someone behind, or else they're just going to be stuck here. So the attempt that Shanghai does is they're sending Li Jaegon and Lip to flank over the right side to maybe get an angle on Fitz or whoever would be playing in the back line, like the Ana or maybe the Hanzo. But Prophet's playing main, so yeah. And then the other members, DM's playing main, and the other members, the tanks and the Ana of Shanghai, are wrapping around the left. So they have an angle coming from main with the Widow, Hanzo and Mercy going right, and then the tanks and Ana are going to go left and play there. So let's just watch for a second. All right. So Toby is playing with gesture, marveling and creative. So there's four playing here, and they have to be careful of DM. And if we look at DM for a second, he knows Prophet's up top there, so that's what he's gonna look to do. Prophet's kind of playing by himself here, and the flank that we saw earlier is taking place full fold, but Fitz is playing on his own to try to get a shot off on either of them. And the big thing is that Fitz has probably communicated that this is happening, so the tank line can be aware and the supports can position accordingly, because right now they are pretty safe. But Void gets caught out. Good tank synergy. So there's a lot that happened there. So Prophet gets shots off onto DM because he's playing alone. And Fitz gets a really nice shot off onto Li Jaegon. And Lip ends up getting the trade kill. But Stan 1 is also down as well. Better coordination from Soul's tank line in there. So they're going to have to go again. DM goes for a jump shot, misses. The flux happens. DM gets a kill on Prophet, but it is rezzed. The flux happens, which gets Void really low, and there's a nice bio nade from Creative. Nice combination there. And that gets Void really low, so he gets killed. And Gesture is there for follow-up onto Izayaki. And, excuse me, if we try to find Lip, he has his attention over with Fitz, who has gone around again to my knowledge, or Lip stayed back there, and he's spawn camping Fitz, which loses Shanghai a lot of their damage and potential Dragon Strike if you were there to build it. And I feel it's better to leave the Widow personally, and then let them kind of walk back, and you know where they are relatively. So I feel that Lip is losing a lot of value here. Just trying to duel a Widow who's playing by spawn, and Lip who's already taken a bit of chip damage. Just moving back. So Shanghai are going to be coming in with ults here, so they're really going to have to push through. Lip ends up getting the kill. DJ Gon dies from a kill from Prophet. So he's just able to take those peak shots, and Prophet is a very good player. Yeah, it is 4 angles. it is very threatening. Void gets a kill. An opportunity for Shanghai to ult. So right now, if we pause, Izayaki is down. There's one other member. DM's at spawn, yeah. And Marvel and Prophet are down, so some of the big guns. But what Seoul like to do with the Ana is that they like to... I'll get into this more with the Shock match. But what they like to do is have Gesture get hooked in, and then they nano him. And teams just fell for it every single time. But you'll probably see it when I review the Shock match just after this map, or another one after. Shock just didn't hook him. And that's an adaptation they made. Gesture ends up living, and Stand 1 is having to play low. Toby gets a kill. And then Soul thrives in the chaos here. So really it's just the tank line doing a lot of work. That's a good question. The question was, do you think Mercy Zen is stronger than Mercy Ana? I don't think it's necessarily one's better than the other. I think it comes down a lot to stylistic preference. For example, Dynasty really liked running creatives Ana, and just in general, if you were to say they're both equal, then Ana does a lot more with the poke. If you take a lot of poke, she's better at healing that than a Zen. And if you like playing around the Ana and the nano boost, then go for it. But a Zen is used more of the time, and that is because the Discord is so strong, and he's able to output a lot of damage himself and pressure the tank so they can't just walk forward. It's very much a deterrent. Shock ran the Zen, for example. Dragons ran a little bit of both. Fusion didn't exist. But, I mean, Violet was better at the Zen, so they ran that. Creative was better at the Ana. And Dragons ran a bit of both. But I personally like the Zen. I like the Discord a lot. I value Discord a ton. But I think both are valid options. I think at the highest level you can possibly be at, the Zen... not having a Zen player may have hurt Dynasty a bit. Like, there's some situations where they would have wanted a Zen for the extra poke damage in the Discord, but they did not. They ran it maybe once or twice, and it did not work. So, Shanghai are coming up on 40 seconds, and they're going to have to use a nano boost here onto stand 1. However, Dynasty, a lot of the time when you have a strategy, you know how it works and you know how people are going to try to counter it, and you know how to counter it yourself. So the strategy being Gesture likes to be hooked in and then nano boosted by creative. So this is something Dragons could be doing here with stand 1 being nanoed. They can nano stand 1 and he gets hooked in, and then he can provide, put out a lot of damage under the tanks, but I feel Seoul will not do that. So Shanghai might do it, or if they wait, I feel that was their plan. But or they're gonna anti-nate him or use Ana abilities. We'll see how that happens. And they also have the Flux, which is a very big alt. I'd assume they could either use it onto the back line, or to get some picks up on there, or disrupt the tank line to get damage off onto them. And they also have the Valkyrie, which is a very good initiation alt, and that's how you see it used most of the time. So Fitz gets a kill onto Lip, and it's important to see how this stuff happens. So Fitz plays with his Ana. At first, his sights just run out. But that was an insane kill, actually. Lip didn't just barely mistime the sight, so he fucked up there. So the Flux gets the tanks. He got slept, actually. Oh my god. Okay, hold up. That was fucking insane. That was unreal. Oh my god. So very good. I mean, that's a lot of luck there. And fair enough. I mean, he saved the sleep and he hit it. This is a lot of good picks from Seoul and a few fuck ups from Lip. So, and then Void gets caught because he doesn't expect to be there. They nano stand 1 and he doesn't get hooked in. Lip gets 2 kills after getting rezzed. DM gets another kill. Lee Jaegon dies, and yeah, you have the 2 snipers versus 2 tanks. It's not gonna happen. So Lip has dragons. That's it. Gesture is whole hog. They'll build up for a nano boost. Very good whole hog. Then they don't even get the touch. So that was a lot of that was very good mechanical play from Seoul, obviously, especially with the sleep. But the tanks playing very well with holding their positions of trying to deny. Gesture realizes that there's no real good flank for me to play. Here it's not worth it for me to go all the way around. I can get punished easily, so I'm going to play with my Sigma, and I'm going to deny. And yeah, I feel Lip could have taken maybe better angles. Like, he could have gone for this flank again. He kind of stayed behind too much, I feel. He got the kills, but I feel may have not been worth it. I feel the Hanzo provides more value than the Widow, just generally. So Shanghai realize we need a good hold, or rather an amazing hold. So everyone opts for the same comp. Speed up a bit. Prophet gets a kill into Lip. Burning the res early is massive, and Prophet actually gets the kill, and that scares off Shanghai, realizing that if we get picked again by Prophet, we're done for. So they back up. They back up from that space entirely. Maybe someone could have stayed up, but no one decides to stay up. They all back up. Prophet is up there spamming from a different angle. The tanks are pushing up. I mean, I would have liked it maybe a scout, like a sonic arrow over to the right, but And yeah, it's like right here, they're playing very passive here, and I didn't even notice all this happening. He hears the jump. Lip goes for the shot, and he's in Fitz sight line as well. I didn't even notice that. And yeah, it was a 3v2, and then Prophet just has the free space. Stamwon gets a kill on the gesture. Prophet dies. Lip comes back on the Tracer. So pretty good from Shanghai actually to attempt and clutch it. Stamwon dies. That was an amazing Dragon Strike. Almost, actually. It was good, but I thought I would have gotten more. And then they nano boost on the gesture. Prophet's just destroying. There's no one testing Prophet. DM gets an amazing shot, but Prophet's just able to play so well. He's a very smart player. You see him hit these shots, but you need to understand he's a very smart player as well. And how he goes for these flanks and his awareness of the maps. So very, very well done. So the last map, the disappointing third place finish for Shanghai. So on Control Center, Dynasty likes to run the Marvel on the ball, and that ends up working well for them. And this is also a very good Pharah map, and Seoul like to run the Pharah whenever they could, because Prophet is probably the best Pharah in the world. That's a pretty easy thing to say. And yeah, they're running the ball with it, which is what they like to run on Control. And Dragons are opting for similar, but they have Void on the Sigma instead. And they also have Lip on the Sombra, which is interesting. I feel that they would have run a Tracer if they had flooded in, but Lip Sombra is probably the best in the world. Is the best in the world, so they stuck him on that. Very good hack onto gesture. Just watching. Let's watch how this fight goes for Prophet and how he takes these. This is a very good pick. Or very good hero pick. So many overlapping terms. So he's looking to engage. He's figuring out where everyone is. Setting up boops with his tank line. He's going to go for the flank. Finishing off Void. Very good sync with his ball. Very good sync with Marvel, who does die, but... Excuse me, I have a really bad cough, so I'm pausing a lot. Fitz also playing the high ground with creative. Yeah, Solar doing a very good job of disrupting dragons. with the ball, the Pharah having the uncontested on and Ashe on a high ground. And I'm pretty sure Dragons are boomed at this point after getting full held on Dorado. They were just done. So Void swaps over to the Diva, which is a good pick. Then onto the Ashe. And yeah, they're just kind of... This is over. Oh, they win a fight. But yeah, they're like... This is final fight. Like, they send a Bob on the point. Gesture gets hacked. Lips getting very good hacks off. Anando finishes out with Marvel. Dragons just end up clutching it, really, with a good Bob, a good Nano. The Dynasty kind of fucking up, and Prophet not really being a thing that fight. Yeah, he died there. He's being put in check by everything. The Dynasty thrive very much so in the scrappy fights. They play very, very scrappy, and that's how they want everyone else to play. So they swap over to a more standard comp. And Lip has the EMP, but they can still get a Nano off onto Gesture. And everyone playing the high ground here as well. There's everyone together. DM's not taking another angle. I think this is all right. I mean, it seems kind of safe, not risking anything. But maybe like... Yeah, they drop. That fucks up entirely. It was a late EMP. Just want to watch this kill. Izayaki drops. Yeah. That was not a good play. And then, I mean, yeah, the EMP, they wanted to go for the EMP early, but they weren't really in super good positions for it. And it came kind of late. So like they seemed to hesitate on it. Like, I would have liked DM maybe to go for like a hide play, and then once the EMP comes out, you get a big dynamite off. And then you can build Bob. But the Nano comes out on the Gesture, and Solar just given time to do something about it. Oh, I fucked that up. Alright, so they're doing the Ashe Widow this time. Not opting into the Hanzo, and Dynasty are doing they want to do, opting into the Ashe, because they like the Ashe here more than the Widow. So there's many great angles you could take here. Example A, Fitz and Toby going together onto the left side, and all of Shanghai grouping together at first. Stand 1 going to contest Fitz. So we're going to watch both sides of this fight. I'll focus on what this side's doing first and how Stand 1 goes here. So Stan, I think, yeah, this is a big fuck up from Stand 1. I'm assuming they lose the fight here. So yeah, well, I say that's a big fuck up, and I'll explain why. So they all go together. DM's playing main. He's hesitating right side. And Gesture Marvel. I mean, that's a really good hook. Yeah, Gesture's really good as hooks. Because they end up rotating, and they're not really... they don't seem committed to a way to go, and then Voids ends up alone. And then the fire's left up too late. So it seemed like a bit of hesitation from Shanghai here. Not sure what they wanted to do. And not playing for Gesture's hook in the Stand 1 flank did not work out well at all. My team has been we have a lot of pieces that have come in. Half our team's been together. Well, I'll just lift off. Me and my Flux support Smokes have been together for 11 months now. Me and Kev, who's in the chat earlier, have been playing together since January, so 10 months. There he is. Me and Velocity played on a team last year, so I've known him for over a year, like 15 months. Maybe more. I'd say around 15 months, that makes sense. And our main support, MPG, just joined around like 3 weeks ago, and we're still looking for a main tank. So, yeah, three of us have been together for a while. So, is that DM? Oh, that's Lip. Lip's playing on the point here. It's also interesting to note, since there's an Ashe and a Hanzo, where does the Mercy go? And it seems that the Mercy is going with the Ashe, which makes sense, and the Hanzo's kind of playing, or Prophet's ending up playing more frontline. Yeah, Dynasty seem very much more prepared with their flanks. It seems to come more natural to them. Fitz gets he's going to get a headshot. So yeah, very good flank. It seems to come very natural. An amazing Dragon Strike to split. Yeah, a lot more of this seems to come more natural to Dynasty. And Dragons seem to be struggling and hesitating here. Like it's a choke. They're boomed. It is a massive upset for the team that people thought would win the entire league to go out in third. A very good Flux. Lip gets the other hand. The flank. Gesture gets a hook. Creative's down. That's a very... Oh, let's watch the first part of the fight for again. Stam 1 ends up goes for a risky hook, and then he ends up having to play very far back. Prophet goes for the flank, gets caught. Massive nano boost. Yeah, Soul just played that better. Track gets fucked up just a little bit. Stam 1 losing a lot of health there. That was a part of it. Dynasty winning the flank over to the left side. Yeah. That was a fuck up. There's no way around it. Let's do King's Row here. I'm gonna end the recording. Oh shit.